Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are here to watch another episode of Daredevil Born Again. This is episode 3. We left off last episode with Matt having to fight for his life against some corrupt cops, and he really didn't want to do it. He wanted to keep that part of himself contained, but he might have killed those guys. I don't know. He, at the very least, destroyed them physically. So potentially we're going to have to deal with some complications regarding that. But otherwise it looks like Hector's trial is going to start this episode, so I am very excited to jump into that. So before we check this out, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's jump into episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. Interesting.
They bring you some food?
So what happened to those other cops? Are they dead?
Luquillo is a beach near where I'm from in Puerto Rico. To me, it's the most beautiful place on earth. White sand, palm trees, and the coqui. This little tree frog doesn't croak, it sings its name.
Dang.
Ay.
I would have thought that was a bird.
To us Boricuas, man, it's a magical sound.
You're gonna see that beach again, Hector. I promise. And you'll be reunited with your family.
Hopefully.
Yo, what's up?
Is crime about to happen? I feel like you guys are about to get murdered.
Evening, gentlemen. Oh, nippy, isn't it? Couldn't trouble you for the keys to this fine vehicle, could I? Thank you very much. And, wallets while you're at it.
I would keep all the stuff I want to stay in my possession in a separate wallet. I'd carry 2 wallets.
You too, Susan.
You know whose truck this is?
Oh. You a hard man, are you?
Yeah.
Silly wee bastard.
Not smart. Oh, they killed that guy too.
I'm not afraid, but somebody invades my privacy. I have no problem taking my piece and putting it to their head. That's it.
Long dark nights out here, man.
Oh, geez, a gangsta.
I hear Bacon's Freud triptych is coming up for auction again.
Is that a painting?
The yellow one.
I could wash 200 million through that sale.
I know that it hurts to just sit by, but I'm reaching for higher goals.
200 million, though, is a lot.
Sorry to bother you, sir.
They're misbehaving because there's no one at the head of the table. Without you or me there. They'll turn on each other.
They're rats. Rats at the bottom of the barrel. Let them kill each other.
And when they're done with each other,
Who are they going to try and kill after
whoever's
that?
left standing will come after you.
Exactly.
That world, that kind of violence, petty blood feuds, none of it is our concern.
I mean, I feel like she feels a sense of ownership over it since she helped develop it while he was, in bed. So I don't think she just wants to let it go. Both him and Fisk with the bloody knuckles.
know you don't need those glasses indoors, right?
I'm sorry, are you talking to me? Who's there?
Is this the cop that he beat up?
You're a blind lawyer who can fight.
Officer Powell.
You know, Murdoch, I bet Judge Cooper would be interested to hear that you're interfering with a police investigation.
Oh, I think you mean a shakedown. Witness tampering is a serious offense. Now, maybe you get lucky and the DA only slaps you with a misdemeanor. But I doubt it.
Don't want to test that.
I'll see you in court, officer.
Okay, so he didn't kill that guy. Good. Another Punisher mural.
In those 15 years, how many commendations of excellence have you received?
3. I got 1 for integrity and 2 for community service.
Integrity from that guy.
Yeah, we didn't see any action until we got down to the platform on 168th.
What happened there?
Well, we were just finishing up a routine sweep.
He lost the first of 2 fights.
And the defendant, he just came out of nowhere. He had this wild look in his eyes, and when you're a cop long enough, you know what that look means, and he starts running towards us.
Don't react, Hector.
We yelled, we flashed our badges. I feel Kel pull him off me. Next thing I know, the guy just takes Kel and he just pushes him in front of the train. Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Objection. Beating.
Sustained. Officer Powell, I know how hard this is for you.
Is it that hard, though?
Officer Powell, good morning. I'm told you have a black eye. I hope everything is okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You know, there's this thing they say in boxing, the best cure for a black eye is fast hands.
Objection. Sustained. Come on, Mr. Murdoch.
Taunting him. Being like, maybe if you were about to fight a...
Okay, so you're alone. No buskers or passengers. Which means there certainly wasn't a confidential informant you were roughing up.
Objection.
Officer Powell, let's try this. You ever met a man named Nicky Torres?
I never heard of him.
Officer Powell, did you and Officer Shanahan have an arranged meeting with Nicky Torres on the platform that night?
It's a long silence.
Told you I don't know him.
Torres cannot testify.
He's got a Punisher tattoo as well.
He's almost ready.
What's he doing? Should I be worried?
Yep.
Hey, you promised I'd be safe.
You'll be fine if you stay out of sight. Come
Get
on,
in the
let's go.
car.
All rise. Supreme Court, State of New York, Part 20 is in
Hopefully he
session.
can actually get him there. Of course. Ugh, it's him.
Morning, officer.
Get out of the van, asshole.
Where is he?
Open it.
It's a diversion. They took a cab.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They're here.
18 months ago, I got pinched for dealing. I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I got a kid. I needed money.
So, we're looking at a prison sentence. What happened with that case?
It went away
It went away.
for being an informant.
I told the cops I'd help them out sometimes.
And by help out, you mean become a confidential informant?
Yeah.
Mr. Torres, is that what you were doing on the night of New Year's Eve? Were you passing along the information to Officers Shanahan and Powell?
Don't lose this for us, man.
No. I was home all night.
Forgive me, I'm confused here. Previously, you stated pretty clearly that you were actually at the 168th Street subway station being beaten when Hector Ayala intervened to save your life.
Objection.
With great risk, put himself in harm's way, didn't he?
Isn't that true? Counsel, stand down.
Matt's angry.
Withdraw the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Torres, you are dismissed.
Man has a child to look out for. They probably paid him. Or he was just afraid.
The shootout 2 days ago at the port is just the latest in a long line of very noisy mistakes. Truck hijackings, violence at the docks, a gang war. It all ends today.
We don't take orders from you, son. That's not how things work.
Luca,
Shoot that man.
this is what you owe Victor. Restitution.
1.8. I like the sound of that.
Are you out of your mind?
So what the hell happened?
Maybe the cops got to him, or they threatened his kid.
Or he was never on our side in the first place.
He's innocent. We put him on the stand. He tells his side of the story, the truth. And we hope the jury see him the way we do. It's our only move.
We're gonna need a lot more bourbon.
Hopefully it works out. I have a feeling it's not going to, though.
I sent Buck to Luca to tell him to pay Victor 1.8 restitution for the hijacking.
Let's
Okay.
not fall into a place where I don't trust you.
I don't like watching everything fall apart.
She worked hard for this.
Sometimes peace needs to be broken. And chaos must reign. Just for a moment, to build a stronger order.
He wants to be the one that puts everything back together.
You're punishing me for Adam.
I'm not punishing you for anything.
You're leaving me out in the cold.
Hello.
Yeah, I bought some flowers at La Bodega, and I was heading down to the station.
Where were you going, Mr. Ayala?
Does he have a mistress? Oh, no.
Soledad and I, we've always dreamt of having our own place, and I had finally saved up the money. I put a deposit down on a studio in the South Bronx. It's not much, but it's ours. I was going there to put the flowers there for the next day.
Because you wanted to surprise your wife.
Yes.
That's nice.
What happens next?
I heard yelling. Sounded like someone was in trouble, so I ran down.
What did you see?
A man getting beat up.
Did you know the man?
No, and I never saw him again until yesterday in court.
Did you know they were police officers?
No. I yelled at them to stop, and they didn't. I tried to break it up, then they started beating on me, and I tried to fight them off, and then all of a sudden one of them slipped and fell into the tracks. I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Could have just walked away. Ignored the problem. Decided to
not
risk your
who
own
he
safety to
is.
help a stranger. Wasn't the first time, was it?
Are they gonna
I don't understand.
Well, I'm just
reveal
saying,
him as
you've
the
put
White
yourself in
Tiger?
harm's way before. Many times. The question is, why? You intervened that night because you're a hero.
Matt, don't do this.
Mr. Ayala, yes or no? Are you the vigilante known as the White Tiger?
Objection! Objection, Your Honor.
Damn, Matt.
Order in my court.
He didn't talk to them about this.
Well, you are a real slippery piece of shit, you know?
You sat in that very spot, and you misled me. I can declare a mistrial, but it's out already, so I'd say that ship has sailed. Put me in quite a bind, Mr. Murdoch.
I didn't mean to disrespect the court, Your Honor.
Let me be clear. You blew open this door, Mr. Murdoch, which means...
Yeah.
It's all up for grabs.
I sit atop a pyramid of over 500 ADAs. You're not going to be able to stumble into traffic court without one of them up your ass. I hope it was worth it.
He's a better lawyer than them, so who cares?
He's Puerto Rican. He's gonna single him out. If you have enough evidence, he should go to prison. But give him a fair trial, which I don't think he's gonna get.
Yeah, he's definitely not getting a fair trial.
You should have asked me first.
I know.
It wasn't your secret to tell.
Yeah.
You know, Hector, if you are acquitted,
You have to stop being the White
your
Tiger.
White Tiger days are over.
Because everyone knows.
You know that, right? You can't ever put that suit back on.
I don't think you understand. Being the White Tiger is more than just putting on a suit.
It's who he is.
It's who I am.
I wrote this show.
It's a calling.
It's who you are, Matt.
I didn't choose it. It chose me. You might as well ask me to stop breathing.
There are other ways to help. Other ways to contribute.
Not for him.
We had just dropped our son off at a game. We were driving home, and this SUV, it runs a stop sign, and it just plows right into us. The engine caught on fire. I thought for sure we were dead, until all of a sudden I see someone running toward us. It was White Tiger.
Hell yeah.
He saved our lives.
This is a police report filed by Officer Lucas Barlow. On the night of October 2nd at 2:38 a.m., I responded to an attempted burglary call. When I arrived, the suspect was hiding in an alley, and before I could draw my weapon, he attacked me without provocation. And then White Tiger appeared. He intervened, pulled the suspect off me, then helped me subdue and arrest the suspect.
White Tiger is a hero.
More police reports. Officer Reyes, Officer Wong, Officer Morales, Officer Grant. Why would you risk your life by running toward a burning car to save strangers?
It's the right thing to do.
And when you saw Officer Barlow was in trouble, you ran in when others would have run out.
I'm gonna get emotional. Ooh.
Police said Hector attacked them, that he came out of nowhere. That's what they said. But why would Hector, the White Tiger, why would he do this without the amulet? It gives him extraordinary strength and power. Would any of you walk into battle with one arm?
Yeah, if he wanted to attack some people, he would go in prepared.
I wouldn't. Every night, Hector Ayala goes out and risks his life to keep his neighborhood safe, to protect his community. He is a man of integrity. The community says so. The police say so. The mask doesn't make the man. And whether Hector Ayala is wearing a White Tiger suit or not, he's a hero.
Damn right, Matt.
Good people can do bad things. Bad people can do good things. Yes, Hector Ayala might have done some good things. Does that make him incapable of doing a bad thing?
Incapable? No. Unlikely? Yeah. And
you know what happens to a person
you
when
have to
they get
convict him
hit by a
beyond
train?
a reasonable doubt.
All of your bones break. All of your organs are eviscerated. Your body twists up like a circus balloon full of blood. But here's the kicker. You're still alive. You don't actually die until they back the train up, and then your body, it just bursts.
Pretty sure the impact would have killed him immediately.
If Hector's sole intent was to do good for his community, why is he hiding?
Because the police don't
Because
like
the last time I
vigilantes.
checked, real heroes don't need to hide.
Criminals go after your family. Sitting in the pews like it's a church.
Okay.
I wonder if they're gonna lose the case and Matt's gonna have to rescue him as Daredevil.
In
They're
the
gonna
matter
say
of
he's
the
guilty.
people versus Hector Ayala, on the count of murder in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant
Guilty.
not guilty. On the count of murder in the second degree, the
They're
jury
gonna get him for
finds the
something.
defendant not guilty. On the count of manslaughter in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Damn.
This matter is concluded.
Let's freaking go, boys. All day. Those people are not going to be happy, though.
Congratulations, buddy.
He's going to face retaliation.
You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, now we got to move you out of the city. Because those cops are going to be looking to retaliate.
We're grateful that justice was served, everyone. There's no further comment at this stage. Thank you.
Daniel.
Yes, sir.
Go kill that guy.
Journalist BB. Tell her I want to see her again.
Only broke it open when we won.
Wow.
Needless to say, the first bottle lasted a very long time. Once in a while. System works.
You're talking about your friend, Foggy Nelson, right?
Yeah.
Well then, here's to a man who cooks.
I can't even cook regular. Matt's cooking
A
blind.
well-won case.
It's insane.
And Foggy Nelson. May God hold them all in the hollow of his hand.
Okay. Getting religious on Matt. That could be a way to win him over.
Court and a jury found him not guilty.
Courts fail. Juries get it wrong. I should know. And now, a masked vigilante, a murderer, is allowed to roam the streets. Veteran of the NYPD lies dead.
I knew he would take the cop's side on this.
Una palabra no dice nada. Que esconde el lodo.
A man who wears a mask to cover his face is a coward.
I have a feeling someone's
These
gonna gun him
vigilantes,
down.
They are not heroes. And I ran on a promise. And the acquittal of Hector Ayala demands that I keep it. The rule of law must prevail.
Damn. Got a Punisher logo on. Was that the Punisher or just a big fan? Oh. The frog. Damn. That's a bummer, honestly. Like, you knew it was coming. As soon as he was found not guilty on all these charges, you knew something was going to happen. Like, rarely do things go exactly how we want them to go. And especially when there's already corrupt cops who are willing to kill confidential informants. They're willing to kill lawyers. They're willing to kill all these people to, you know, get away with what they're doing. Why would they not try and kill the White Tiger after he gets let off for the death of another police officer? Like, of course it was going to happen. Now, we are led to believe that this could potentially be the Punisher himself who did that. I don't think it was. I mean, he he doesn't love vigilantes, even though he is one. But I don't think he would specifically have a reason to kill Hector. So obviously, in my opinion, it was very clearly like one of those other corrupt cops who's just a big fan of the Punisher. They already have like multiple tattoos of him. They got now the bulletproof vest with his logo on it. Like, I think they're going to be leaning heavily into the storyline of a network of corrupt cops who use the Punisher's image for their own purposes. And then when he finally gets brought in, I think he's going to have a pretty big problem with that. But yeah, this episode was such an interesting... Like, I really liked the dynamics between Hector and Matt, where, you know, Matt's desperately trying to win this case and get him off of these charges so he doesn't go to prison for the rest of his life. And, you know, he's telling him things like, you know, you're going to have to stop being the White Tiger. And he's like, nah, like, that's not how it is. And, like, he's basically speaking directly into Matt's soul, being like, I am the White Tiger. Like, that is who I am as a person. It's not something I do. It's me. And it's things that Matt is trying to tell himself the opposite of. Like, Matt is trying to be like, I'm not that guy. I am Matt. I can do that thing. I can do this thing. I can be a lawyer. I can be a vigilante. I choose not to be a vigilante. I'm choosing to be a lawyer and help in other ways. And Hector inadvertently is telling him, like, hey man, that's not just something you do. That's who you are. It is ingrained in your blood. You know, the Murdoch boys, they got the devil in them. And it's not just a hobby. It is a lifestyle. It is who you are at the core of your being, because it's the right thing to do, and it, like, the city calls to you. And Matt is just, so far in each of the 3 episodes, he's being confronted with the idea that Daredevil is not something that he can stay away from. And I think after Hector was just killed, I think that's gonna possibly send Matt over the edge regarding, you know, his current belief that the system is enough. Because at the core of Daredevil's character is the belief that sometimes the system isn't enough, right? Like, he does all he can as a lawyer, and he hopes that is enough during the day, but sometimes when it's not enough, the Daredevil has to come and he's got to step up, right? And so Matt, you know, he did everything he could as a lawyer here, and he won the case. Like, this isn't even a situation where he lost and then Daredevil has to come and clean things up. This is a situation where he won. He won the case. He did everything that he possibly could as a lawyer, and they were successful. And in the end, it still didn't matter, right? So it's a situation where Matt is just gonna continue to be confronted with the idea that the city needs Daredevil and he needs Daredevil. Especially when you have Wilson Fisk very publicly saying the things that he's saying now, right? Like, you could argue that a large reason why Hector was killed might have been Fisk's words. I mean, it definitely could have just been the corrupt police, but at minimum, Fisk's words are gonna possibly sway public opinion on the subject, right? You know, after this guy's let off for, you know, or he's found not guilty for murder, Fisk publicly goes out and says this is a miscarriage of justice. Like, it's just encouraging other people to take matters into their own hands. Like, it's interesting. Fisk is like, vigilantes are bad, like, the yada yada yada, they shouldn't, you only trust the rule of law, but at the same time is like encouraging these people to take things into their own hands and take out Hector. It's like, it's a little bit of subconscious hypocrisy there. Like, it's not gonna exactly work out the way that you think it's gonna work out, but yeah, I could tell from the beginning that this case was gonna be kind of a proxy of Matt versus Fisk, and I think it's just gonna continue even more, right? Like, nah, man, it's such a bummer. I feel like even though, I don't know, as soon as Hector was like, hey man, like, I can't stop being him, this is who I am, as soon as he said that, it's like, okay, even if you get off, like, you're dead. Like, there's no way that you come out of this unscathed, right? Like, it's you would have to leave the the city. You would have to move somewhere else, and maybe keep being a vigilante, but you would have to do it like not as the White Tiger. You keep your amulet, but like get a different costume. I don't know, so people don't know who you are. Like, as soon as you continue to publicly go out there, like, it's just a matter of time, honestly. But it's more sad. Like, it feels more sad because of like real life stuff. Obviously, the actor who played Hector at the time of filming was battling cancer pretty heavily, and then after he finished filming, he sadly passed away. So it just kind of feels like double sad, the result of this episode. But yeah, I don't know. Fisk is inserting himself into that. I mean, Matt is already in the middle of it, and I can't help but feel like Fisk only decided to step in, like, and give that interview because Matt was the lawyer. If it would have been any other lawyer who won this case, he probably wouldn't have cared as much. But given the fact that Matt is essentially his arch rival and the one that put him in prison in the first place, like, yeah, he's gonna have a little bit of a grudge, and he's gonna step in and publicly oppose him. I don't know. It's tough. He's also in the middle of trying to keep his wife from being a criminal, right? She's still low-key trying to run the empire that they have. She's talking about washing $200 million of money through a painting, paying people off, doing all these things, because she worked hard to keep this afloat. She feels a lot of ownership over the operation, and now it's all falling apart, and she doesn't like that, and he's not really acknowledging the work that she put in. But he's also not telling her the plan. Like, clearly his plan is to let the city kind of dissolve into chaos, but not, like, publicly. It's not because of what he's doing, but it is really the choices that he's making that are bringing it to that state. But then he wants to publicly be the one that fixes it, right? Fisk can fix it. He wants to be the hero. And then maybe that takes them to a higher stage. He's the mayor, maybe governor, maybe senate, maybe presidency. I don't know. That wouldn't surprise me if Fisk wants to be president, because as we're seeing right now, the presidential office is apparently extremely lucrative for personal wealth. Right? We had a long line of presidents who didn't personally enrich themselves, at least not to this extent, and now we have one who's just lining his pocketbooks. So maybe Fisk wants to go along that same trajectory. Who knows? But yeah, this was another solid episode. I think I liked the first two better, but this one had a different quality to it. Like, it felt a little bit more emotional, and it felt a little bit more of like a character study, and this one felt a little bit more ingrained into, I think, what the overall story of this show, this season, is going to be, and that is Matt realizing that he is not only worthy of being Daredevil again, but that it is necessary for him to be Daredevil again, and that he can't keep hiding from it. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing that arc take place. But yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this one. definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm very curious to see how you feel. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.